FlossTube. Welcome to my channel. This is Christine and the channel is Calico, in case you're visiting me for the first time. And I'm just sitting here doing a little bit of stitching on this Saturday afternoon. What is it, August 4th already? Yeah, it's already August 4th. I can't believe it. I'm working on my Marjolaine Baston, the Four Seasons. I finally picked this up again. Trying, hopefully, maybe to get it done by the end of the year. I don't know. It goes pretty fast, but we're kind of getting into that time of year where I want to start working on my Halloween stuff, and, you know, then there's going to be some Christmas stitching I want to do, so I don't know. I'm not going to put any pressure on myself to get it done, but it's just nice to be working on this again because I took a break. I don't even remember the last time I worked on this. You know, I was going to try to remember to show you guys, because if you're new to my channel, you might not have seen it. I keep forgetting to bring the original chart, and all I have is my working copy here. But if you've watched my channel at all, you've seen it. But I'll go ahead and show you kind of where I've been, what I've stitched on it so far. It's this one. It's pretty big. So I've got basically the top corner here. That was the spring, and then I worked across the middle here, and then worked on the border all the way down, and turned the corner down there, worked on the mushroom, and then I stopped about somewhere in the middle of these white flowers here, and worked on other things. Don't ask me what I just can't even remember really what I did since then. But yesterday I picked it up to do this little bowl of fruit right here, and so I did all of this yesterday and a little bit of today. It goes really fast. So yeah, maybe if this isn't the only clip, I'll check in one more time if I get this done in the next day or two, because I'm not quite sure if this video is just going to be one clip or not. But I thought I'd better get on and maybe update you guys a little bit on some things that I keep saying I'll talk about in my next video, because I always find myself kind of unprepared. So I have a lot to talk about. I don't even know where to start. So I'll probably forget something, and please forgive me if I forget names, because I do. I forget names, and I forget who I wanted to mention and who I wanted to shout out, and I will try to link things or put them up on the screen in editing. So yeah, where should we start? So let's start. Oh, I know we start. My finish, did I get one finish or two finishes? Okay, yeah, I completely forgot, guys. So you were just watching in my last video. I was in my car, and that was July 15th. It was my son's birthday, and you were with me when I started this new project. This one right here by Brittany with by Needle and Thread, and it's called Soar. It's called the Soar Sampler. And sorry, here. If you are visiting me for the first time, I'll just recap briefly. This chart was made in 2011 as an inspiration to a Decora Eagle Cam, a live webcam that Brenda Gervais lives in Iowa. So she was inspired by this cam that sort of captured the hearts of millions of people across the world who were watching these two eagles take care of their eaglets. And at the time, back in 2011, so I had just picked up stitching again in 2010 after like a 10-year break. So I remember when I was watching the Decora Eagle Cam, I just was desperate to try to find an eagle pattern, and at that time I was pretty much limited to cross-stitching was whatever you could find at the craft store. So, you know, basically the kits and stuff. I didn't even know any patterns like this even existed, let alone would I even know to look for them. So that's when I started stitching Eagle's Majesty by Dimensions, which is gorgeous, but I'm still working on that one, and I started it in 2011. So anyway, I missed this one when it was around, and then it eventually went out of print. And I've been watching this Eagle Cam every spring. I watch it, and so I've been watching it since 2011. And this past year, the dad, it's the same eagle pair, but the dad has just gone missing. I think they assume he probably got in a fight with another eagle and died. So I was looking for something, another eagle pattern to stitch, and somebody had, I came across somebody on Instagram that had this pattern, and it was out of print, and then I contacted Brenda Gervais, and she said because of basically the passing of Dad Decora, she had a lot of people contact her about maybe re-releasing this chart again. So she did, and I snatched it up. So I've told that story, I know, already in my past videos, so sorry if you had to hear that again. But the point is, I really wanted to stitch it this year because this is the year that, you know, I'm kind of doing it as a memorial of Dad Decora. So you were with me in my last video when I started it in the car on July 15th, and I finished this in what I would consider a pretty record time. So here's the finish on it. And, oh, yeah, this is, notice how uncentered I got it. Yeah, here, I think when I was in the car, sorry, I'm like really squished here on the couch, but I think I thought I was starting in the middle of the fabric, but clearly I was way off. So I got home that day and I was stitching, and all of a sudden I'm like, am I going to have enough room in the corner? So I went over and did all my counting. I think I kind of just sort of misinterpreted the size of it, because I haven't stitched on 14 count Aida in a while, and I forgot how big it is. So I think I can usually look at a pattern and say, oh, I know about on the fabric how much it's going to take up. And so even if I didn't think I was starting in the middle, I knew I had plenty of room on the sides. But, you know, I forgot the 14 count Aida, you know, the pattern is much bigger. So luckily, yeah, I didn't leave myself much room, but I can work with that because we all know I won't finish it anyway, right? Because I never do. It'll just go into my bag of finishes that need to be finished, which I think I'm going to drag that bag out of my closet and go through all my finishes again, because I did that the last time I went through all my finishes was, I think, either my first or second video, and that's clear back in 2014 when I had my first video, and I've done a ton of stitching since then. So I've showed everything that I've finished on my channels, but you know, really, who has time to go back and watch everybody's videos? You know, gone are the days of FlossTube when you can find somebody and then go back and watch all their videos, because you just can't do that. There's just not enough time, especially because we all keep having so many videos. So most of you that are on my channel, unless you've been watching me from the beginning, don't really even know all the things I've stitched. And I thought it might be fun to kind of pull those out again and just do just a little show and tell. I did it with my Halloween and fall stitches in a video a while back, but I don't know, just for a record for myself, I was thinking it would be kind of nice to just, you know, show pretty much from 2010 when I picked up stitching again until now, basically all the things that I've finished and the short number of things that I've fully finished. So yeah, maybe I'll put those in the same video too, but I don't know. It's one of those things, you know, maybe I'll put it up. You guys, if you want to watch it, you can. If not, it's kind of something I want to have for myself anyway. But so back to this again. This was done on just 14 count black Aida because I had it in my stash, and I really enjoyed, you know, black is hard to stitch on, but 14 count Aida was not bad at all. I really just didn't have any issues with this at all. So I made a few changes. If you do have this part, so a lady named Lisa, hi Lisa, from Instagram, she contacted me because she also had this pattern. So yeah, I was actually surprised to see that somebody else even actually had this pattern. I think she bought it back in 2011, and she said that she would stitch it with me. So she started it as her Sunday high tea, is that what it's called, from Off the Grid Needlearts. She said she was going to start it, and that was going to be, I think, it's the last Sunday of the month. And I felt horrible because I stitched this so fast that I was pretty much finishing it around the time she started. So we're doing a stitch along, but not necessarily a stitch along. I mean, yes, sorry, Lisa, that I went so fast. I had it in my mind that I wanted to get this done in July because I wanted to get back to my Marjolaine Baston 4 Seasons in August, and so I just went like gangbusters on this to get it done in July. And as a matter of fact, I was about an hour away from finishing it on the was it the 31st? Yeah, so July 31st, it was midnight, and I still had about an hour of stitching left to do, and I'm like, oh, I'd already given myself like an acute case of carpal tunnel trying to get this done. So I'm like, forget it, because I knew there were some changes I was going to make anyway. So minor changes. The little alphabet, this D was here, And I moved it because I was going to somehow, so this corn husk, or this corn stalk here, was not charted in the pattern, but I really wanted to somehow incorporate a corn husk or a corn stalk or something in this, because if anybody that watched the camera, it was so cute because the dad eagle, every time when they were building the nest, around the time that the babies were going to be hatching, he would bring a corn, like a corn husk or a corn, not a whole stalk, but a corn husk. He would always bring it to the nest and set it there, and everybody always just joked that he was bringing a baby toy for the babies. And every year he did that. He just loved to bring like these little corn husks, and nobody could really tell what purpose they served, and so we just assumed that he was bringing a baby toy to the babies. So I had to put a corn husk or some corn stalk in there. So I originally, if you noticed my picture on Instagram that I took, this corn stalk, when I took the picture, was over here, but it kind of was running into the horse, and it almost looked like the horse was eating it, and you know, it looked kind of funny. So actually, after I snapped that picture, I ended up taking that out, taking some of these letters, moving them around a little bit, putting the corn stalk there that I just made up as I went along, and I think it's not too bad, huh? Does it? I think the other one actually looked more like a willow tree, so this one I tried to make it look more random, like a corn stalk. So, my foray into designing right there. Yes, that's about as far as I'll go. So, originally I was going to do something with the corn up here, so then there was an empty space because I had moved the D, so I decided to do a capital D there for Decora, and I put the date in right there. So, made a few changes, and I love it. I love it. Yeah, it was really fun to do, but I'm a little done with black now. I just can stitch on black for just a little little bits of time before I'm kind of ready to move on. But yeah, 14 count really wasn't too bad at all, and this has been so easy and nice to stitch on. This is just 18 count oatmeal Ada, which is my favorite, and it's so soft. Something about, I think I got, this isn't the Charles Craft that I usually buy. This was a brand, do I have it around? Yeah, hold on just a second, because I just bought more of it the other day at Michael's. I got this. So it's this brand right here, and it comes in this big tube. It's really long. And that's what I'm using, and it is really soft, 18 count Ada. As a matter of fact, yeah, I don't think they don't even call it oatmeal. It's just, oh yeah, it is. It's oatmeal. 18 count Ada cloth by Loops and Threads. I really like this fabric. It's really soft and easy to work with, and it comes in this big giant roll. So, and since I like to stitch everything pretty much on this, and you know, you can probably even, you know, practice putting some dies on it and stuff too. So there's that. Now, I keep also mentioning my Momily bag. This is where I put stuff in it when I'm going to make a FlossTube video, and then it's just things that I'm like, oh, I'm going to talk about that. I've been adding stuff to this bag since, I don't know, May, April. I don't even know what's in this bag. So I'm going to go through it really quick and see if there's anything worth talking about. Some of it might just be so outdated. Okay, so one of the first things that I see here that I'm remembering is the Hobby Lobby sale that was going on back in, when was that? Was that May? I don't know. I lose all track of time, but you all know. So what did I buy there? I bought this, another fox chart, but I need to finish the other fox I'm working on before I start this one, but I couldn't pass that up. It's just adorable. And it was on sale, so I paid hardly anything for it. I don't even remember. It says $10, but I don't know if, I can't remember if I got more off of it after that. So I should have went through this. I thought, oh, it'll be easy. You know what? Okay, let's backtrack. I got some more finishes in here, it looks like, that I forgot about because it happened so long ago. Yes, wow, I did this one back in the spring. Did I show this on a video yet? Springtime Wishes. This is from, what's that magazine? Punch Needle, Primitive Stitcher, Punch Needle. I have the digital version of that. And yeah, I think I just whipped this little cutie up in about a day or two on some Ada. Looks like Ada that I dyed myself because it smells like coffee. And vanilla. It smells really good. So yes, there's that cute thing. Man, I don't even remember stitching this. Oh yeah, have I really not showed all these? Well, we'll look at them again. This, I stitched the one and only Lizzie Kate that I have ever stitched, and that's because I found a stash of patterns at the thrift store near me called the Craft Box that has just crafting stuff, and I have since passed this pattern on to Sonia. Did I give, was this in the stash that I gave you, the Lizzie Kates that I gave you? I think it was. So yeah, it didn't come with a charm. It's supposed to have a little charm there, and that wasn't with it, but I stitched that before I sent that on to her. And then, so there's that finish, Oh, what's this one? I don't even remember what I did. What's it? Oh yeah, did I show this in my last one? I think I did. I probably showed these already, guys. This was from one of the Just Cross Stitch Christmas ornament catalog patterns, and I think I was going to add something to it because it's just plain. I think they had like some greenery, but I don't think the greenery was stitched on it. They just had it finished. I don't really remember. I just know that this was the only thing that was charted, and I was going to add more like a tree branch to put the downy woodpecker on. I really feel like I've talked about this already in a past video. So, and this finish by Plum Street Samplers. Yes, I don't know if I showed this either that I finished. Also stitched on my 18 count oatmeal Ada. Now the eagles, I think his tail and his face didn't really show up. I might have changed the color on those just to make them stand out a little bit more, because you can barely see them on there. They look a little bit more visible. But this is one of 4 that I'd love to stitch the rest of them. So this was Hello Summer, and I really love the Hello Fall one too. So that was gifted to me by Melissa Stitcher. Hi Melissa, from she's a local stitcher here in Colorado that goes to our LNS to the Stitch In. And I've linked her Instagram in the past. I'll probably put that here. So thank you again for that pattern. All right, so okay, yeah, I just can't remember if I've showed those or not. So got a few finishes. Okay, I'm back again. Had a chance to go through this bag a little bit because there was a bunch of stuff in there that I don't think I really needed to talk about because there's just too much. There's too much. So I did want to say, though, that my first ever floss club, I joined Nancy at, oh my gosh, why am I drawing a blank? Victorian Motto Sampler Shop. Everybody knows her, Nancy. For my birthday, I treated myself for just a couple of months. I only went a couple of months, not because I didn't love the threads, because I absolutely do. And I know that you've all seen these because these were back for, I think, May and June. These were the floss colors. But I just wanted to try it. And because I stitch so many kits and, you know, and plus I use just a lot of DMC, I just wasn't sure. I only wanted to try it just for a couple months, which I'm glad I did because these are gorgeous threads. As a matter of fact, I ended up using one of them in the water down here because the DMC that I had very little of, so I actually blended it in with one of the Victorian Model Sampler threads to kind of give it some variegation there. But I just don't use enough of them, I guess, to just justify getting, I mean, they're fun to have, and I love to have them and get them every month, but I just don't use them that much to justify getting it every month. I think if I were going to get some, I'd rather probably choose some colors myself and get colors that I've chosen rather than just blindly getting some, because then you end up sometimes with colors that you might not ever use. But wow, they are gorgeous though. I really enjoyed it. It's exciting. It's exciting getting them in the mail. That was like the best part. It's like, ooh, what are they going to look like? So that was fun. Back onto something else here. Other things I've gotten. So you've heard me mention about this local thrift store near my house called the Craft Box, and all they have is crafting stuff that people have either donated or that they've, you know, bought for from people at a real discounted price and then resell it again. So I stop by there quite often, and they have quite a bit of cross-stitching stuff there. So these are some of the things that I've picked up, some charts. This one here is a blackbird design that I thought was really cute. It looks like it's one of their older ones. And I also found this blackbird design called Flowers for You. It looks like it says something about a birthday on it, and another older chart. Is that what it's called? Yes, Flowers for You, Blackbird Designs. Oh, there was another one inside there. I forgot about that. This little cute turkey from the trilogy. 75 cents for that. I forgot I had that one. That's cute. I always want to stitch a turkey on Thanksgiving. Okay, and then I found this one I was really excited about, Tulip Manor by Blackbird Designs. Now I think I even got these on sale because it's marked for $2.19, but I feel like when I was there she was having a sale, so I practically paid nothing for this, so I was excited to find that. And then of course you all know how much I love Marjol and Baston. I found this book there. It was originally $12.99 and it was marked down to $3.29, and I know that I got it as a discount too, because everything I've bought there has been discounted more than what the price tag says. But this is a book that actually has, look at that one, that looks a lot like the mushrooms I'm stitching on the Four Seasons. And what else does it have in it? It's got these two. That one right there. And that one. And I think that's it. A lot of the Marjol and Bastons are sort of repetitive. You see a lot of the same kind of motifs kind of used in different patterns. So I just never get tired of them though. I just love them. I just want to stitch all of them. And that is a perfect segue into a wonderful gift I was given by a gal who watches my channel. Her name is Elaine, and you have probably, she comments on a lot of videos. You may know her, recognize her name as E.F. Bauer. And I don't think she's on, Elaine, are you on Instagram? I can't remember. You're just on, I think you just follow me here on YouTube. But she reached out to me and asked me if I owned this Marjol and Baston, which I do not, and I absolutely love it. It was one of those on my wish lists that I hadn't gotten yet, and Becky, hi Becky, the Obsessed Stitcher, for our Marjol and Baston sale that we're doing, she's actually stitching this one. So it's so cute, and I remember she started with the little bird upside down right there. That's hanging upside down. It's so cute. I absolutely love this. And not only did she send the chart, but she sent all the floss that goes with it, all the DMC. So I am so excited. Elaine, thank you so much for that. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Oh, I just need more hours in the day. So I'm getting quite a collection of Marjol and Baston charts. Don't have them all yet, but I definitely have enough to last me a lifetime. So yeah, I would love to have them all stitched and all hanging on a wall together, but I just never get tired of them. So thank you so much, Elaine, for that. And along the lines of gifts, I was also given from Cindy at Cindy's Cross Stitch. Hi, Cindy. Her and I had exchanged some things a while back, but then she had stitched another pattern that I fell in love with, and she went ahead and sent it to me of this cardinal and blue jay, which I absolutely love. She stitched them up, and they're just adorable, so she sent this pattern on to me, and it's just gorgeous. I can't believe I haven't stitched it yet. Yeah, so cute. Thank you so much, Cindy. Thank you, thank you. And I was also given something else, but I'm not going to talk about that right now because that might require another video. So let's just continue going on with the bag. I knew I bought something else at Hobby Lobby. This one on clearance. And I think it was one of a series, but this was the only one they had left. So I love it. Who's stitching one of these? Brittany from Ingleside Imaginarium. Was it you that stitched one of these or something? I feel like it was you that I originally saw stitch one of these, and I fell in love with it. I don't know if it was this exact same one or one from this series, but yes, I cannot have too many birds. I want to stitch all the birds. This one is not birds. Oh, it does have birds on it, yeah. Another Blackbird Designs. I'm finding I'm a collector of Blackbird Designs, and I don't think I have stitched one of them yet. But I love this. I love Forget-Me-Nots, especially because the bees love them, too. And there's not even a bee on here, but isn't that cute? So yeah, funny story about Forget-Me-Nots. I had gotten some, like almost in a package in the mail for something. It was almost like a promotional thing. And I threw them out in my garden and I planted them. And then they sort of took over. And then they were all over the place. And every year I pulled them all out. And if any of you have ever planted them before, the seeds are like Velcro. They're these little things that just, they stick all over you and they stick all over your gloves and stuff like that. And I just kept, every year kept taking them. I'm like, oh, I'm going to get rid of them. I'm going to get rid of them. And then they weren't growing. They didn't grow last year. I think I only had one. And then I noticed that I didn't have any bees in my garden. And I thought, oh man, the bees just loved those. And then I thought, you know, and every year one always seemed to make it. I mean, that's clearly why they're called Forget-Me-Nots, because you pretty much can't get rid of them. And then I finally, this year, none came back. I didn't have any. Didn't have a single Forget-Me-Not that made it through. So all of my work at trying to get rid of them worked. And you know what I did? I went out and bought a pack of Forget-Me-Nots and I planted them. So I can't believe it. After all those seeds I had every year at the end of the year trying to get rid of them, now it's like, I want those again. But funny thing out, and if you follow me on Instagram, you'll see I bought snapdragons one year, and snapdragons are an annual, meaning that they only come back, they only grow for one season. But what ends up happening is they drop their seeds and then the seeds grow the next year. So they're kind of like perennials in a sense that they always grow back because they just drop their seed. So I've been having like these wild snapdragons kind of have taken over where the Forget-Me-Nots are, and the bumblebees, the big fat bumblebees, love those. I have like five or six bumblebees that just stay on those snapdragons all day. I mean, they just, and they're so cute because they just open the little dragon mouth and they go inside and come back out. And you know, those of you that have watched me on Instagram, saw my video on Instagram, and then I took a picture of it, they're just so cute. So yeah, but I don't seem to have any of the honeybees though, so Forget-Me-Nots I planted them this year, but I planted them late. I only planted them like a couple weeks ago, so they're just getting started. So next year I'll have them, and this time I'll keep them and I won't try so hard to get rid of them. Okay, so what else did I buy? Oh, I can't believe. So back, I think around the time around the Nashville releases were coming out, I think I was buying some. I was being enabled by Bendy Stitchy, Michelle, who just showed her finish of this. And it's gorgeous, and I love it, and I can't wait to stitch this. And also, Kim from K Goldman on Instagram, you stitched this too, right? Was it you or Robin? Magnolia Baby Crochet, was it you that stitches? Okay, I can't remember which one of you stitched this, because I stalk both of you, because I love everything that you guys stitch. Anyway, I have to stitch this. I know, all my patterns look the same. They all have birds on them. And then I bought this Plum Street Samplers. I had no idea it was as huge and a humongous pattern as it is. This will take, to me, this is like a heaven and earth design. I mean, this thing will take forever. Just that pot alone. Oh my gosh. So I was a little overwhelmed and surprised at how big that pattern is. Completely forgot that I bought this. This is the Deck the Halls with all the little strawberries. So cute. Have I made one yet? No, but I will. All right. And then there's the Samantha Hi Samantha from Crafting Between Stitches. Her and Kim Goldman, K Goldman on Instagram, are going to be doing a Jeanette Douglas stitch along. That's September 1st. I can't remember. I need to get myself a journal. I cannot remember when anything starts. I don't even remember all the sales that are going to be starting. But I was thinking I was gonna start Vintage Stars because I love this, but I haven't finished Vintage Animals yet. And I'm actually going to call it Vintage Animals because it seems like every time I hold up one of these in my videos, I call them Vintage Flowers. So anyway, Vintage Animals is the one I'm working on right now, and I think I showed that in my last video, or the one before last, my last update, that I was just having all kinds of fits with that, and I had to redo things, and you know, I had to put that in timeout for a little bit. So I need to get back to that. So I have really no business starting Vintage Stars. But this is so cool. This is kind of a hard pattern to get, and I want to give a shout out to Sherry at 123 Stitch, because I originally, when I was looking for this pattern, I was ordering something from 123 Stitch, and you know how there's a little comment box where it says, you know, you could just leave a comment about something? And I thought, oh, I'll leave a comment, even though I don't think they have read those. And I just said, oh, yeah, because it says something was there something you were looking for that you weren't able to find? And I said, yeah, I was actually looking for Vintage Stars by Jeanette Douglas. And sure enough, she emailed me back, and she said that she looked into it, and she said that they couldn't get it from their distributor anymore, but she said you can get it from, now I'm completely forgetting. She actually, I'll put it down here where she said you can get it from, and she actually gave me the link to somebody else's store website that had this. Shepherd's Bush, that's who it was. It was Shepherd's Bush, because it was somebody where you couldn't order online. You actually had to call the store. She said Shepherd's Bush has it, and she actually, Sherry from 123 Stitch gave me the exact link to Shepherd's Bush webpage that had Vintage Stars, and I called them and ordered it, and they sent it out to me like that following week. So big shout out to Sherry from 123 Stitch for going above and beyond. Not like she doesn't have a lot to do with, you know, all that 123 Stitch stuff, but yeah, she was able to get that pattern, help me locate that pattern. So I appreciate that. Oh, looks like I bought this one too, which I completely forgot that I bought. Because you know what happened? I bought all this stuff, and then I lost my stitchy bug for a while, and I completely forgot that I even had this, but that is just adorable, that fat robin. Oh my God. I'm going to quote Kef from Snug Harbor Crafts and just say, I'm dead on the floor with this, guys. Dead on the floor. If you guys aren't watching Snug Harbor Crafts, oh my God, they are my newest faves. Oh, go watch them. I love them. Hi, Debbie. Hi, Kef. I don't think you guys watch my videos, but if you do, I just absolutely love your videos. They are so upbeat and so cheerful, and Dave is wonderful, and yeah, you guys are great. I just really look forward to your videos. If you don't know, I'm sure you guys have probably all found them by now because they've been shouted out by quite a few people, but they're a mother and daughter team, and they love Disney, and they're just so fun. So fun. All right. Yeah, as a matter of fact, Kef always gives beauty tips. Now, I'm kind of a minimalist when it comes to makeup. I mean, I wear very little, but yeah, as a matter of fact, I've never even paid attention to my eyebrows, and she was kind of giving some beauty tip on how to darken your eyebrows. So now I feel like, Kef, don't stare at my eyebrows. They're practically invisible, but anyway, it's kind of fun hearing the beauty tips, even though, like I said, I wear very little makeup. I mean, I wear some, but not a lot. So anyway, I still appreciate all the stuff that they do. So fun. All right, what else do we got here? Oh, yes. Oh, these were also, I think, just recently re-released again. The Ida Mae Crow and Ira Ray Crow. Have I showed that I got these? So, Wendy Davis. Hi, Wendy. I know you've been stitching. Did you finish these? I can't remember if you finished them, but I know I was watching you stitch them. So, oh yeah. So the Good Huswife or Good Housewife. I don't know how you say that. The Good Huswife, I think. But yes, I love these, and I'm thrilled to have them in my stash. Oh, it looks like I picked up this from the craft box also. This is just a little Halloween booklet called Autumn Holidays. It's got that little cornucopia there and some cute, look at that. I mean, Who doesn't love, oh, look at that. Isn't that cool? It's got like the milk jug. Those and watering cans, I love. So cute. Kind of like some ornaments on the end here. I did get the, also, the Halloween issue. I was kind of debating. I was on the fence about it because there were some cute things. Better than last year. Definitely a step up from last year's issue. And I've gotten all of them, so I thought, you know, just to keep my collection complete, I went ahead and got that. And Stitcherista gave a nice flip through of that, and also so did Kelly Bell. Kelly Bell, are you Kelly Bell Stitches? Yeah. Anyway, a couple of good flip throughs through that if you're on the fence as to whether or not getting that. And it has a couple of cute ones in there. So, but yeah, I forgot how cute these are. Oh, yeah. All right. So, yeah, the only other thing I was going to talk about, really nice lady named Patsy. She watches my channel. Hi, Patsy. And I won't use her last name because I didn't actually get her permission, but she reached out to me and said, I'm destashing, and I have a huge amount of stash I'd like to get rid of, and wanted to know if she can send it to me, you know, if I would be able to pass it on to some stitchers that might want it. And man, she wasn't kidding me. She sent me, as a matter of fact, I would show you, it was one of the thicker, like, I don't know, 4 6-inch wide priority box she sent, and, you know, it was just jam-packed with a bunch of all kinds of wonderful patterns. And it's the funnest thing going through that, because it's just like a treasure. Like, what am I going to find in here? This is so exciting. So I told her that I would be happy to pass it on. Originally, I was going to either maybe bring it to my stitching day and give it to the gals that I go to my stitching at my local needlework shop, or maybe I was going to give some away on my channel, or even donate some to the craft box, because I've found, you know, some wonderful things there, so it's kind of nice to give back. She's like, I don't care what you do with it. So I went through and picked some things that I liked, and then I was kind of debating, okay, what do I want to do with the rest of it? And I was just kind of sitting on it for a while, and then that's when I heard Jessie Marie was mentioning, because I was so behind on FlossTube, I didn't really know what was going on with Bendy Stitchy and her Alzheimer's, the auctions, and the big sale that she's going to have. And so I didn't really know exactly that was going on. And then I was watching Jessie Marie. Hi, Jessie. And she said, oh, yeah, I have these charts. I'm going to donate them to Michelle's Alzheimer's sale that she's having on Labor Day. And I thought, that's a good idea. I should do that, too, because there were some Mirabilias and Nora Corbett's in there. And I went ahead and sent those off to Michelle, and she'll be getting those soon for that sale, that live sale that's going to be on Labor Day. So mark your calendars, because you're going to probably see some. She says it's going to be a huge sale. So yes, I just went ahead and contributed those to that. But before I decided to do that, I did go through the stash and keep some for myself, so I feel completely selfish. Maybe I should have sent it all on, but I went through, of course, I had to snatch the bird-related things. So this is a dimensions kit, a little dimensions kit that was in there that I kept for myself. And these 2 magazines I kept, but I probably will pass those on. I need to look through them again, because each of them had, I mean, that cardinal pattern is in here. I won't flip through these all, but there's another bird pattern in here. And yes, I'll have to see. I really have to just decide if I'll stitch those or not, because, sorry, I'm getting distracted, because yes, I'm looking at these patterns. Wow, those are some great patterns. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? I have to stitch that. So I kept this magazine behind because I really want to stitch that. But if it gets, you know, a certain amount of time goes by and I just don't stitch it, oh man, this just really, oh, look at this. Isn't that cute? Let me take a look at the cardinal pattern that's in there. Anyway, yes, this video is getting long and I'm getting pressured because I'll just show you this really quick there. Isn't that gorgeous? I want to also shout out to everybody that has gone out of their way to send me pictures and videos of cardinals, and it's amazing. I will see a real one someday, but until I do, I appreciate everybody that's letting me live vicariously through their photos and their... Okay, my camera just shut off. I have a new phone, so anyway, I think it's telling me that I've probably filmed enough. But I did want to show one more thing. So I did keep a few more things out of the stash. Just a couple of this little fall one I'll just show really quick. And this bird here. And there were a couple of kits. This kit that she actually has started a little bit, and I have eyed this kit forever, and she did a little bit of stitching, so I'd like to go ahead and finish that for her one of these days. But this one I loved. And Julicious, look up, even though you might not want to see it, but yeah, it made me laugh when I saw this, because this is something that you would never stitch, but look what it is. Canada geese, your favorite. Oh, but they're so cute though. Look at that. I know, they're messy. If you guys haven't watched one of her videos, she was talking about how much goose poop they leave all over. And they do. They make a mess, but I just love this pattern. Out of everything, I'm most excited to get that. And I'm not a big fan of Canada geese, but I just love that scene. Isn't that just so cool? I love it. So, yeah. Canada geese are one of those birds that we love to hate or hate to love, right? I just love that whole farmhouse scene. It's got a very, would that be like a, maybe not Wysocki, Charles Wysocki. Who is it that has kind of that winter farm scene? I don't know. Was it Wysocki? Who is it? Farm Girl, you stitched that scene of that barn, that farm that I absolutely loved. I'm excited. So yes, she started this. There's a little bit that's been stitched on it so far. I'll go ahead and show it. She just barely got started on it. Right there. So, on this gorgeous, this is, I'm sure this came with the kit, and it's Ada, and it looks like it's 14 count, it might be 18 count, but it's kind of modeled. Can you see that? Isn't that pretty? So, I don't know if it goes this way or not, but I am really excited about that, and I think I'm going to definitely have to stitch on that here in the fall. Okay, and then there's this bird book that I kept for myself because I had to. Yeah, this has some great bird patterns in it. And the last thing from Patsy's stash that I kept for myself is something that I have never had any of these myself. Some Prairie Schooler Santas. Yes, I have not ever had any of these, and I was so excited to see them because they're one of those things where I never went out really and said, yeah, I gotta have those, but there's some patterns that when they fall into your lap, you just can't say no to them. So, and what's special about these is that these are some of the real old ones. Let me see if they have the years on here. So this looks like it's the first one, 1985, and that's the year I graduated from high school. So this thing's old. I don't know when these started, but I think that is so cool to have the 80s, the ones from the 80s. So now I kind of feel like I want to have them all now that I have these. So this is 85, 85, 86, 87. I don't know if they were all in order. 88, 89, and 1990. So, yeah, I'm really excited to have those. I don't know when they started, but yeah, I think that's pretty cool. Oh, look at that little bird. Cute. All right. And that was all. Thank you so much, Patsy, for sending that to me. And I'm really going to take stock in a lot of this stuff and really try to evaluate what it is I really will stitch and won't stitch. And, you know, I'm going to probably be doing some destashing myself. So you may see some of these charts, any of these, even the ones I bought new. I mean, if it just comes a point that I'm not going to have time to stitch it or to have to prioritize, I'm going to be doing some destashing and some giveaways and stuff like that. So I think I'm about ready to reach 3,000 subscribers soon. So I can't believe that. That's just unbelievable to me. So we'll have to do something special for that. And oh, one more note before I go. April the giraffe is pregnant again, so I'm wearing my giraffe shirt. Yes, she's going to be having her little one in, that might be completely thrilling for some of you, and some of you can absolutely care less about, and some of you probably will be even irritated by it, I'm sure. Anyway, little Taj is going to be leaving at the end of the season, and he's going to be moving on to start a life of his own, and April is going to have another baby, and I'm sure it will all be captured on the webcam. I'm addicted to webcams, but anyway, yeah, so I'll be having to drag out the old giraffe onesie from the back of the closet again, so yeah, you'll probably be seeing that again. So anyway, I'll talk to you later, guys. Bye. All right, guys, that is about all I have today. Let me look at my notes really quick. I want to give a shout out to two more Colorado Flosstubers that I just came across. Betsy, hi Betsy. She is, what is her channel name? Bird Stitcher Colorado. And I saw her FlossTube video, and then I got to meet her at the Stitch-In at our local needle workshop, and it was so great meeting her. So go check her out. And then just a few days ago, I came across another duo, mother and son, Colorado Stitchers, and their channel is called, I think it's called Stitchy in Colorado, and it's Trisha and her son Jack, and they do floss tubes together, and Jack just reminds me of my son Riley when he had his floss tube channel and was stitching. Riley hasn't been stitching anymore. I don't think he's completely given it up. He's just, you know, he's into all that parkour stuff now. Anyway, keep with it, Jack. It's great. It's great eye-hand coordination. I think it's a great outlet, and it's wonderful to see you doing that with your mom. And maybe we'll meet you one of these days at the Stitch-In over at a stitching shop. And that's all I have, guys. This video is getting long, so I'm going to say goodbye. And if I forget something, I'll come back in like I always do, but if not, I'm going to leave you with a photo that I took of a big fat bumblebee on my Snapdragons. I posted it on Instagram, but those of you that aren't on Instagram might want to see it, and that's it for now. So, and it looks like the storm is moving in. So, all right, guys, I'm going to go finish working on my Marjolaine Baston, and maybe if I get that little bowl of fruit done, I'll post it. I'll either post it on Instagram or I'll come back in here. So, all right, enjoy your August, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye. Hi guys, it's me again, and it's now Saturday. It's the same day, just in the evening. I'm out here grilling some hot dogs on the grill and drinking a gluten-free beer. I'm not gluten-free, but my husband is. He's been gluten-free for a few years, gluten-free and dairy-free, to sort of help with his he's got multiple sclerosis, so he tries to control a lot of the inflammation by diet. So he's been dairy-free and gluten-free for a while, and gluten-free beer is not too bad. I prefer Coors Light because I live in Colorado, and I used to work there. So anyway, I'm just stopping in because I forgot. I found a floor frame at a garage sale, and I don't know anything at all about floor frames. So I'm going to hopefully insert a clip here. Maybe I'll do that on this video. If not, I'll definitely show it in the next video. But if anybody can tell me anything about what kind it is, or you know, anything about it. Okay, here's just a quick view of the stand that I got at the garage sale. So you can see that I guess this holds the hoop or the Q-snap or whatever you're going to put in there. And I'm guessing this is for holding your chart. I have no idea what this is. There's one on both sides here. And this is kind of what it looks like from afar. So, I don't know, is this an Edmund stand? I did look online a little bit, and it seems to match that one the most, but it seems like it's in really good quality. The lady that had it was she was in her 70s, and she said it'd been so long since she used it that she really couldn't tell me anything about it. Anyway, she had it marked actually at 25, and then I wasn't going to get it. She's like, I'll give it to you for 20. So I said, okay. I've never thought I needed a floor stand, and I still don't know if I do, but I bought it because it was pretty much nothing. I think I paid $20 for it. So, yeah, I'd love to know what kind it is anyway. So, all right, guys. I better go manage these dogs, so I'll talk to you later. Bye. It's me again. The dogs are doing okay, and I forgot I brought this out. I wanted to say that also this afternoon I went to Hobby Lobby because I saw Samantha from Crafting Between Stitches. She showed on her video a journal that she bought, a planner called, it's a cross-stitch planner, and it sounded interesting to me even though I'm not a planner person. I don't even know if I'll do anything with this, but I need to get myself organized, and this is a start. So I thought, what better way to start than with a journal that is about cross-stitching. So I'll let you know how I fare with that. I haven't even opened it up yet, but I used my 40% coupon on it, and well, we'll see. We'll see if it helps me get organized so that I won't be such a basket case when I do these videos, and I'll actually remember everything that I'm going to say and remember everybody's names. So, okay, talk to you later. Bye, guys.